Hey guys, Prime Collections here. Well, we just got the next series of NFTs announced from Drop. I wanted to share all of that information with you guys here today. I wanted to give you all the necessary tips and tricks you need to go ahead and collect these. And I had a couple comments reach out to me on a different part of the process concerning this. So I wanted to kind of break that down for you guys, give you guys that helpful information, just in case there were any sort of questions concerning that. So let's not hesitate. Let's not wait any longer. Let's get into the world of Funko NFTs today. So for the first drop for the month of June, Drop decided to go with the Batman 85th Anniversary Series 1. This is an homage to the Batman 85th Anniversary, and so what they wanted to do is they wanted to encompass and encapsulate that here with this specific set. What they've done is they've taken different Batman characters from the iterations of the franchise, and they've brought them all here in a specific format. And I will go ahead and share that with you guys after we get through a lot of that information so you know when and what is coming from this specific drop. So immediately, the first thing you want to know is, when is this coming? Well, this is slated to release a week from this upcoming Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. That is June 11th at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. That's when these packs will go live for purchase. And what are the totals on these? So totals for this specific set, they did 18,000 standard packs. Those are going to be 5 NFTs in those packs, and they're going to be about $10 a piece. And then they did 24,000 premium packs with 17 NFTs, and those are $30 a piece. Total, there's 42,000 packs, which is not very heavy of a set, and I like to see that. I think that's a very good idea, specifically when you have a franchise that is as popular as this. That's just going to guarantee that more people are going to want this because there's not very many of this. With that being said, we have 6 redemptions total in this set. There's going to be 1 Grail, 3 Legendaries, 1 Ultra, and 1 Royalty specifically in this set. And we'll go through each of those and we'll kind of talk about them a little bit here and to what those are and like what basically those are from in the Batman universe. And the first of these is the Grail. It's coming in at 999 pieces, and it is Alfred Pennyworth from Batman the Animated Series. And is a glow-in-the-dark variation, as is every other piece in this set. That's something they decided to go ahead and do as part of the theme of this, is basically make every set glow in the dark, and you'll understand when I show those glows off at the end of the reveals here. He is from that Batman the Animated Series. It's one that I grew up with as a child. I was a very big fan of it personally. I loved his attitude, his sass that he had in the show. I thought they did a great job showing that off here. This will honestly probably be the most sought after because it's only 999 pieces. And I don't believe they've done too many different versions of Alfred. Heck, this may be the very first version of Alfred. I'm not 100% sure. But this one will definitely be the toughest to acquire out of this set. So good luck to you if you are going after the completion of this run. And next up we have 3 legendaries, the first of which is going to be Robin, and he's also going to glow in the dark, and each one of these legendaries are going to be 2,200 total pieces. This appears to be the Damian Wayne version of Robin based upon the different pictures I'm seeing and just based upon the mold that we're seeing here. I think that they're going with a more current version of Robin than the past versions, so it will resonate more with fans because they'll be like, oh, this is the version that I recognize. So it was a very interesting choice. I love the detail of it. Looks very cool. And I think it was a really good choice. Next up, we have Batwoman. This is Kate Kane from the Batwoman side of the Batman universe. It's very, very cool to see her included in this set. I don't know if this is her first pop. It might be her first pop, but as DC collectors, they do want some variety. So it's very cool to see that here. This is also 2,200 total pieces. And it's just very cool that they're doing different molds of characters. I don't want the same characters. I want different ones every time. And next up we have Batgirl. She is also 2,200 total pieces, another glow-in-the-dark variation, another character, another variety choice here. I think it was a good decision for them to do this. I want them to keep expanding upon the DC universe as I do every other franchise that they choose. And next up, it seems like Ultra is maybe something that's going to stay for the foreseeable future, and it looks like they'll probably be at 5,000 piece counts. The first one was at 5,000 pieces, and this next one is also at 5,000 pieces. And that is Batman from Batman the Animated Series. And for me, I like the fact that if you look at the Alfred and you look at the Batman here, you've got two different logos of the animated series. In the original, when I was growing up, you had, I think it was the first 4 seasons, had a specific animation style. It felt very, very crisp, very, very hand drawn, and you could notice the change almost immediately when they switched the animation style, I think, in the later seasons. And that's what this Batman is specifically from. And I think that was a great idea that was represented not only by the pop, but by the franchise symbol at the top of the box itself. And I love to see that here because that's just taking that extra effort that they didn't necessarily need to do, but they took the time and effort to do, and it makes us feel better as collectors when we go after these things, because they are trying to be as faithful to the source material as possible. And finally, what is the royalty from this set? Well, once again, we have a Freddy Funko, and it is Freddy Funko as a Nightwing from Batman Arkham Asylum. This is a glow-in-the-dark piece, once again, and it comes in at 2,400 pieces. How do you go about getting this one? Well, you have to collect all the common, uncommon, rare, and epic NFTs in the set. Once you do, during that process of which the collecting period ends, they will send you a redemption token for the royalty, at which time you will submit that, and we'll get into further detail on that subject a little bit later on in this video. So I guess my takeaways from these redemptions, just right off the bat, quick, like looking at these, I've got some pros and I've got some cons. Pros, all the molds look really good. The piece counts aren't super high, the pack counts aren't super high, and it will probably end up selling out. There's one thing that ends up happening with DC is it's always very popular, and with this, because there isn't a lot to it, there's not like a lot of pieces, I foresee this selling out very, very quickly. So some cons I have, or I guess some of the main 2 cons I have, is you would have to collect all of these because one without the other makes it stand out negatively. Looking at pops in general, one of the reasons I got into collecting is I like the fact that I don't have to complete a set unless I want to. A lot of these molds, you can get one without the other, and if you just enjoy the character, you can go ahead and do that. With this set in particular, the way that they've designed them in the chambers to where they're on display as like the suits, and they're all like connected in the exact same way that they're designed. If you get one by itself and people know about the other ones, it's going to feel lacking because you're going to want to go ahead and have them all in that specific set because they all look very similar in that regard of being in the chamber as that display piece. So I think it's kind of a completionist set. Also, the glow that they displayed was very good looking, but how is it going to be when it's actually sent to the customer? And you've created kind of a tall order here because you have it where the vats that you're showing off are basically illuminating these pieces, and that's going to be hard to do. So we'll see if they actually pull it off with this, and I'm excited to see what the physicals look like. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. And then some notable dates for you guys if you are going for packs specifically. The packs go on sale on June 11th, 2024, as I said, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. From that point in time, you have until they sell out or they end that pack purchase process time to go ahead and collect those. You can also buy them on the secondary market. You have until October 9th, 2024 to get your legendaries, to get your grail, to get your set needed to complete the royalty before they send out the redemption tokens. After that point in time, you will have 30 days to redeem those tokens. That process ends on November 8th, 2024. And you will be able to buy those tokens on the secondary market if you're missing some. Once that process ends, there will be no more redeeming, and it looks like they are aiming for Q1 2025 to have these shipped out to you, the consumers. Now, with that being said, Funko has been a lot better about shipping out the product quicker. I've received a lot of my redemption pieces really fast. I mean, if you look at the Mickey and Friends one, when I actually redeemed it to the point of which I got them, it was very fast. So I think that they're getting better about bringing these out to us, and I'm just excited, as I said, to see these when they do finally release in physical form and see what they look like. Now, as a follow-up note, I had someone ask me, what do you do to go ahead and basically, I guess, complete sets if you're kind of unaware and you don't necessarily haven't been involved in the process before? So in every set, let's say you want to complete the royalty, you can actually sell your NFTs in your account on the marketplace, and you can purchase each one that you need by simply clicking on a card and say buying the lowest listing. It will actually bring up the lowest listing that it has, and you can legit hit the acknowledge button, all that good stuff. It'll bring up your balance that you have. You buy that NFT and it immediately goes into your account, and it gives you a minute to purchase it because of the fact that they don't want anybody actually purchasing it before you. So you can acquire almost anything you want in a set off of that marketplace, and you can sell anything you want off of that marketplace. Now, let's say you want to go further and you want to add currency to your account. What that's going to require you doing is going to Coinbase. Basically, you're going to be setting up an account on this. It's going to require some secondary authentication, but it's going to allow you to purchase currency and add it to your account pretty seamlessly with a little bit of a transaction fee. I want to say I've probably spent a couple bucks every time I've done this, but this has allowed me to add currency to my account and to complete sets that I normally wouldn't be able to, but I can now because they do have that marketplace in place. And the marketplace is pretty well designed. A lot of stuff, they let you know, hey, this is going to be redeeming soon. This is what's hot right now. You know, this is the things that people are buying. They've got all the different sets listed. In general, they've gotten a lot better when it comes to that redemption process and to actually helping out their customers complete the sets that they want to complete. So I hope that was a little bit of a better explanation for people who are kind of wondering, who are just kind of, you know, getting involved into this NFT space, of how you go about the processes necessary to complete these NFT sets, to buy these redemptions on the secondary market. It's fairly easy once you do get involved with it. It just requires some authentication of who you are, you know, hey, you know, what's going on with your bank? Is your bank okay with this? And what's nice is you can actually limit yourself on how much currency you do purchase. I have specifically set myself up with a very specific limit for each year, and no matter what, I won't go over that, because the fact of is I don't want to go too crazy with these NFTs, because I think all of them are extremely cool. And my final thoughts on this set is, as much as I do think it is awesome, it's one of those sets that I feel that you have to complete to fully go after. That's just my personal thoughts on this. You can disagree with that, which is completely fine with me. But for me, I won't be going for these packs. This is a hard pass for me. I'm going to give other DC collectors and other fans of this a chance to go after these packs. And I wish you luck if you are. I hope you get all the ones you want. I hope that it's a very easy process, and I'm very excited to see some pack openings on YouTube, see how people do with this. I'll probably be going after the next set, more than likely, but this one is a hard pass for me. I'm not saying it's a bad set. I'm just saying for me, it's not one I'm going to be opening. So I hope you enjoyed the videos. Thank you so much for sticking around through the entirety of it. If you wouldn't mind, please like in this video, subscribe to my channel. It helps me out tremendously. And as always, I will see you guys later.